So I just realized that some of the recording hadn't, I didn't hit record, so you kind of missed some things. That was set in the post and the cross beam across the top, but it's real basic. Basically all I did, I had some leftover 4x4s, one an 8-footer, another 10 foot, and I just tried to figure out the center. I basically just screwed this one straight to the post with some different lag screws. Got it level as I could. This cross brace is just a leftover, I think it's a 10-footer, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it's 10-footer. It's got to be, right? Maybe 12-footer? I'm doing 10 by 10, so yeah, it's 12-footer, sorry. As you see, it's just a leftover. And then I dug a hole, a post hole digger, just kind of set it in there. There's no concrete or anything. I just compacted dirt around, put some water on it, and that's it. And it's just been sitting like that. And so now the other thing is also for setting up our support pipes is I'm just using these little 1/2-inch conduit straps, 2-hole straps. I got them placed every 2 feet, every 24 inches approximately. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the top. I'm going to mark it every 2 feet. And then basically they're just going to slide in the bottom here. And then we're going to put them up top and then screw them. And then we're going to do that next. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is measure out on your conduit 4 feet. That's where this little black mark is here. And that is what I deemed to just kind of guessed at some measurements. I kind of did some preliminary things and kind of figured out for this, it made a good angle. And I'm using just any conduit bender. This is actually for a 1-inch EMT. But I'm using 1/2-inch pipe. You can use any size you want. You can use a 3/4 or 1-inch for really stout. I'm just kind of using this as a winter cover and kind of see how it holds up with a 1/2-inch. It's really cheap. So anyways, you just mark your spot. And this is pretty self-explanatory. My black mark, there's an arrow right here. And that, all I'm doing for this pipe is just lining it up on that arrow. And then you don't even really need to use the foot one, but and to get this angle, I'm bending to about a little bit over 60. And that kind of gets me, you can kind of come back and adjust it. And that gets our angle that we want. And you can see here, I got quite a few of them all ready to go. This is the layout. And they're all pretty close. They'll be able to bend kind of where I need to on this. And so the next thing that we got to do, I'm trying to make this quick as I can. We've got to put our bend and flat spot into the top. The easiest way to do that is I'm just doing it on this rock here, and kind of whatever you can find, a vise or something. And I'm setting it up so this thing's straight on. Can't really see it probably from the video there, but just put it on there and giving myself about 1.5 inches or so. 2 inches. Doesn't really matter, just kind of creating a flat spot. And you want to do that on the long side. And do a couple more here. And for this one, it's only a 10 by 10, so I'm only got to make 10 of these guys, 2-foot spacing. Last one here, and then I'll do the all the other 7 are already ready to go. So, nothing too complicated. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is drill holes in the end, and I'm just using a 1/8 inch drill bit, and I'm just going to kind of set it up here in the same spot again, and then just drill a quick hole through that. You can kind of see there. And if you're using self-tapping bits like sheet metal screws, you won't have to pre-drill. I'm just going to use some excess wood screws, and so I just got to do that now to all of them. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is just set all the supports, and like I said, down at the bottom here, I got these all pre-measured out. I got marks on the top for every 24 inches. So I'm just going to start here. I got the ladder. Just going to slide it in. Just kind of set it up top. We screw it down. Just going to offset these just a tad bit. So there's that one. Grab the next one. And we'll just get all these put in now. Okay, so now I got all the supports up, and you see the big thing is that they're not even, and some are a little more sturdy than others. And what I need to do is adjust these, kind of square them up, and then there's a couple different ways you can go about securing them for the bottom and where you want them. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on the end here. You can see I smashed and drilled a hole on that one, so that's one way you can do it. The other option, and then throw a screw in there, is to use another 2-hole strap and secure it up and put it right at the bottom, and then basically, let me grab one here, and then on this strap, basically bend that bottom lip in there with a pair of pliers or a hammer. And then that way when you put it on, it holds it from going down anymore. Because that's the big thing, is they'll slide up, but they won't slide up once they get pressure on them. But if you get them set where you want, you know, like that, then it won't go anywhere, and it'll be pretty secure. So I'm going to go ahead and go around and get all these kind of squared up, and everything. You can kind of see they're all cattywampus. And I'll get that taken care of real quick, and then we'll come back to the next step. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I'm on the last one here, and what I've done is I just went around with the hammer. I just smashed them right up against this wood a couple times with the with that big hammer, and then it kind of flattened it out enough. And then I got these bits. They're actually sheet metal screw, a little 5/16 head, and then the self-tapping screw on the top. And I wish I had a little bit longer ones, but I just kind of grabbed what I already had. And this kind of helps with having a pre-drill, and you can do this on the top. Now I just kind of get that set there, and then I'm going to go up and look down the line see if it's set where I want it to. And it looks real good. So I'm just going to keep it right there. See if it's somewhat square. It looks like we're pretty good. I'm going to screw it in the rest. And that's good and secure. Won't go down or up. This kind of helps keep it from swaying anymore. And I'll show you. So here we go down the line. You kind of see we did a pretty good job. There's some bows and stuff in the middle, but it should work. So now we got the top. Now we're just at the point of laying plastic over it. We can kind of put in cross braces if we wanted to, kind of from here across for a door. And I'm not really sure, like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm not really sure the best way to kind of lay it out. I'm just going to kind of overlap it on top. The big thing is on top is that you can kind of see it they're pointing up a bit. And I'll give you a close up there. So what I'm going to do is bring the hammer in and kind of hammer, try to smooth out any of these edges real quick. Take care of that. And then and I think from there we'll be ready to throw the plastic on top. And I'm just going to kind of tape one corner and then tape the other to kind of lay it out. And then I'll probably put a board across the top, is what I've seen people do, and basically just sandwich across the top of that with another board to hold it down. So we'll try that and see how it turns out.